Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Monday, country Sunday, number 29 day for number 8 month for the year 2022. My name na Capo Daniel, the Deputy Defense Chief of the Ambazonian Defense Forces and the spokesman of the Ambazonian Governing Council, aka Sense Past King, una own countryman. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring una meaningful information, the truth, fact-based analysis for help we as we waka for this road to our freedom, the independence of Ambazonia. Good citizens of Ambazonia, the title for this episode of our podcast for this day na the predatory system, the predator, the Cameroon system where they govern over Ambazonia. The colonial system na a predatory system, a predator. For pidgin predator, it mean na NYAMA. NYAMA, it come from the word where it come up for our dialect where they call them say Nyamanguru, Nyamangu, Nyama. That means it's something where it chop predator, nothing where it chop another one. This type of animal where their own way for live, na say they go to chop smaller one, or they call them for sea say na shark way it chop fish. Big fish it swallow small fish. That the system where Cameroon it get them and a way they impose them over we. But first, Ambazonian they don't continue the winning streak since the beginning of this year. Every week, at least 4 Cameroon terrorist occupation forces that have been neutralized in Ambazonia. Cameroon they lost the military war, the military battle, and the prediction where will be done game for the Ambazonian people. As the governing council president Dr. Lucas Ayaba Ibidan talk, Ambazonia shall give Cameroon a military victory as well on the ground. Ambazonians are seeing the light, and this is becoming a reality as we see with this day-to-day attack against the Cameroon occupation forces. Ambazonian is winning and we are winning fatly. Cameroon is losing and they are bleeding, going back in body bags. But first, as we celebrate the good news and the victory of Ambazonian forces across our national territory, we also get images and details about Cameroon terrorism will happen for the great state of Ndian. Ndian, now one of those strategic states where we be done pick them up and will be the focus for build defenses as the Ambazonian Defense Forces. The forces them for Ndian, where they be done already there for ground one, following years of corruption within the IG system. Most of them have been coming back as we then intensify our campaign amongst our people then where they be done cross go for inside ground one. Majority of the soldiers and when the leader them for that area they are returned back for battle. Our formation it is take shape and Diangote, Cameroon Pobia their lapdog as it be explained Ndian na a key district for Cameroon their calculation and motivation for keep Ambazonia as a colony. Following our analysis and the beginning of groundworks for elevate Ndian and fighters and for Ndian for our youths them for pick up arms and defend the territorial integrity and end Cameroon occupation once and for all. Cameroon idan to carry out a preemptive and a panic attack inside the great state of Ndian, despite the very low activity of Ambazonian attacks against the occupation positions in Ndian. On Friday, number 26 of this month, La République du Cameroon, they came into Ndian with 17 trucks with close to 1,700 military men, have a complete raid in 4 different localities in Ndian. As usual, they any place where they go, their job na for kill civilians them. For inside the village where they call them Defengbang, below La République du Cameroon, they end up killing 3 youths. One of them where they kill them, now the head for the traditional council for inside Defenba below. The name for the man na Nelson Nindanko. They also kill 1 Sakwe and 1 boy where they call na Chopper. The 3 innocent civilians have never seen a weapon in their life. These were those innocent civilians going about their day-to-day activity. 8 houses were also burned to the ground. This is Cameroon terrorism. This is what we have known, and this is what we must fight to put an end to. Ambazonians must come together, put our resources together, and our forces collaborate to fight to end Cameroon's reign of terror over Ambazonia. Now, for the good and sweet news. The Ambazonian Defense Forces, Brigade, they send a 10-man squad for a special operation will take place for inside Wat na a place where they were close to Nkambe. La Republique to Cameroon, their patrol where they be go for inside Mbot. They be intercepted by Ambazonian Special Squad where they come out for ADF headquarters for Bui for inside Yelum. The 10-man squad was made up of soldiers under Colonel Riwan of the ADF, and 4 and 5 of them led by our mission commander for Yelum, our ADF headquarters for inside the great state of Bui. The special operation, it will be successful. It neutralized 2 Cameroon terrorist militaries where they be there for inside join patrol for go for inside Mbot. Unfortunately for the terrorist Cameroon military, this their joint patrol where be go for go do checks them for inside Mbot. They become not only than 3. Even though we expected they could do for there almost than 7, this time now only 3 come. And it will be a perfect combination of Cameroon mixed terrorists. One of them, it will be na a B, a terrorist B. Another one, it will be na a gendarme. Another one, it will be na the local one, when na the vigilante, the terrorist civilian, the way they employ them, they work a guide the foreigners, them, the alien them, because Cameroon no be Ambazonia, and they no even no place them for our country. So the 3 of them, they will be neutralized. It symbolized the joint combination of Cameroon force, the bees, the gendarme, and their vigilante, all terrorists. Good for one thing only: killing murderer. With them is their book of corruption, showing how much money they have been taken away from our people. It also shows that the Cameroon state have collapsed. In Ambazonia, the colonial state do not exist. These military terrorists were the ones going around collecting tax from cattlemen and other businesses around our community. Not even the taxation of Cameroon administrators, not even their municipal authorities, them, all of them have been defeated and have been kicked out of Ambazonia. Cameroon is now relying on their military base in Kambe from the materials we recover from these thieves and these terrorists to carry tax collection in across Ndonga Mantung and even in some areas in Bui State. The dead backs of the terrorists were carried to Ndu, where they were later transported back into La Republique to Cameroon in Bafoussam. In another sweet news, in the great state of Mezam, in Bafut, the 7 Kata strikes La Republique du Cameroon, neutralizing 2 of their forces on the spot, and we heard that another 2 are in critical conditions, while several of them were wounded as an IED attack against the Cameroon convoy was launched by the 7 Kata.
28 August 2022. Bafou 7 Kata. Yeah, na colonel terminator talk.
The operation it will take place around the Bafut forest for the roadway to go for inside Menchum for Womb. Now roadway Cameroon terrorists they run the use them for carry their things them enter for inside Womb. This time they be intercepted for send a message for the terrorism say there will be no safe place or safe haven inside Ambazonia for La Republique du Cameroon occupation forces. The video it be as such provided by the leaderships of the 7 Kata. The Cameroon terrorists, they reach for these hot spots, shooting several rounds in the air to scare our brave boys who stood their ground and successfully detonated and hit the target perfectly. In the video footage provided to us by the 7 Kata, you could see particles of the vehicle that were dispersed over 20 meters away from the location. The figures of 2 dead, 2 critically wounded was picked up by our intel within the Cameroon circles, but we expect that the amount of dead Cameroon military of this explosion was far more, as those vehicles usually transport at least 14 terrorist forces. This would bring the number of Cameroon terrorists neutralized within the past 7 days to 14. Cameroon is losing the battle, is losing the combat. Military defeat against the Cameroon occupation is imminent. They cannot replenish their soldiers on the field. They are running out of money to recruit more forces. It is just a matter of time for Cameroon occupation in Ambazonia to be decapitated. Fellow Ambazonians, back to the subject of this episode of our podcast, the predatory state of La République to Cameroon, the NYAMA system, where Cameroon idan bring am for inside Ambazonia. Yesterday, for Sunday, I then get another phone conversation with two of our sister them, where they don't just come out, they don't just be released, they don't stay for inside La République to Cameroon prison for inside Boya for the past 2 weeks. They be being a part of the people them with La République terrorist forces. They be enter for inside Munia, then just surround quarter them, catch people them for Kale, take them go them for inside Boya. From inside Boya, all man way they be holy for day. They need for pay money before they come out. They want them way, they be get people them way, then be a big people for CPDM or Occultic Club, as well as one way they be get big people in a gendarme or any man way they for Cameroon, their government for big position. They be make phone call, then release their own family member, paying very minimal amount of money. They want them where they no be get any person for call, the way they be get person if he intervene for back, maybe na friend, maybe na neighbor. They be beg them. Then pay, some of them pay 40,000, some 56. We even hear someone they even pay over 100,000. Then those Ambazonian they now way they no be get no man for inside this occultic CPDM or this La République colonial government. Those one they now they will be forced for pay 200,000. Most of these ones they no get no godfather, no man way they for there before for inside this predatory system will get them. All of them. Most of them, when are the poorest one them, now they end up need for pay at least 200,000, the minimum. They even threaten for send them for inside set for La République, their concentration camp, for fake charges, say them being a combatant, Ambazonian freedom fighters. These two girls and where they call for keep them anonymous. Then they explain how their family they don't borrow money from Njangi. One way imami di sell for inside market for inside Douala. They don't work a borrow money, so they don't correct 300,000. They don't beg the terrorist kidnappers them for Boya, the Cameroon gendarme, the way they hold them. They don't release them after paying over 300,000. And I asked them how it happened. Me, they explain for me the process. Then talk say, I say they explain about them, say, I say day. If your family, you know, get some man way, if he call for come beg them, that means you know get no friend or some person where you know him. Or na your man, how they call them, you know, call for beg them. Then they no go reduce the price you go pay them. Then if you get some man for a family where either for this vampire club where they call and say CPDM, or na some big man too for SDF where na the same na small brother for the CPDM want them. Then una money it go reduce more. Then if you get direct family member where you go intervene, maybe so your person they win a colonial terrorist commissioner or whatever, they will release you for free. Say now the system that they explain for them. Say now say day. If you no get no man, that means you must pay at least 200,000 to 400,000 before they go release you na a ransom. That way you need for pay them. And this system it be acceptable, it be known even by lawyers. Say a system when a predatory system it go day on top of people, it can be accepted like a normal. This is the Cameroon they are talking about. This is the special status that our people will live. That is why ni John Frundi, when we be catchy for Insa Bamenda, it talks say no be naidi help we. When they catch una, naidi come for can call me them back. This na the system where some of our brother them where they for La République, they feel say me go no catch enablers and those who they for this club for vampires. Because say na they help our boys them, na they help people them for inside our town, inside Ambazonia, when they get problem. This type of predatory, this NYAMA system will get them where you must get some person for some place before you go get justice. You go get some person for some office before they go sign your document. If not, your dignity is gone. Your pride, you are humiliated. There is nothing you can do. Even if you be commander for abroad, you come, then catch you for that their airport. If you not get some person, the same system it go apply for you. The NYAMA system, the predatory system, the system when a big fish they swallow the small one. Where one of the prophets them, Lapiro Dembanga, Ibidan Tokam, say if you know there for that their equipe national, no matter how you dig them lengrombi with your bare hands, lie, nothing, not there for you. That is the system of Cameroon, the NYAMA, the predatory system, the animal Nyamankundu, Nyamangu, the animal when he job na for chop another one, in the chop grass, it chop na only picking them for another people, it is swallow them, na vampire, na society, na muyongo, na evil, na dark place where it be for Cameroon. No be a place for any human being for live. Where you must get some person where either become na a slave, which America they call a house nigger, or a lapdog, where na he go the back, the master may they not chop you. Nobody would want to live in a system as prescribed by Nijon Fundi and the so-called elite, where some person go to beg for your own time for you to get justice. There is no justice guaranteed under any constitution. That is why somebody like Diangote he go spend time instead for show the people them which way they call and say that they are special status, but they are focused now for explanation, they are focused now for propaganda, they are focused now lip service and papers because it means nothing. Na NYAMA, a system where now for scratch my back as scratch your own, as described by Achidi Achu. That is the real face of what we are talking about. It is not democratic. It is they have no constitution. Now you go as it go. Now a colonial system will be meant for keep us black people in the dark ages. Now whether there is no development in our country, the means for transporting chop from market to house through truck, it no go ever change. The infrastructure we will be done get them right from the time of German. Now he will still use them today. Our people the way they go for school for this system, they are all useless. Because this system of NYAMA is meant to keep the fish alive for one purpose, eating the smaller fish. At some stages, we call them Nambuma. Nambuma than this. And we give our daughters to this Mbuma to swallow. There is no place for the layman. There is no equity. There is no justice in this NYAMA predatory system. As the poor ones, then be forced to live into this system, where the poor must suffer what they have to suffer, and the rich and powerful must take whatever they want to take whenever. And the army and the occupation forces can kill whoever for whatever reason they choose to give, and they will be justified, because that is the system of NYAMA. That is Cameroon. We cannot accept this reality of this Cameroon. Our forefathers has told us it was either fire or frying pan. We should not live in fire, nor should we in frying pan. We, as the people of Ambazonia, who have tested self-governance, who have demarcated borders, who are empowered and entitled in the global rule-based system as an legal and recognized international entity, not only do we deserve better, we do need the better to maintain and restore our dignity, pride, sovereignty, and territorial integrity. Decolonization have never been won on peace. No country have attained independence out of gratitude, not even the America, not even France, neither did Britain came out of the imperial system or the kingdom system during the Norman period of the English people. It was bloody. Ambazonians must know that for us to actually maintain and see freedom and live as a free people, we must embrace the prize and look at the goal, just like Christ did. While focusing on the goal for salvation, he was willing to lay down his life to save his kinsmen. How glorious it is for the Ambazonian fighters, the freedom fighters, the heroes who put their life on the line each day to make sure that no generation will ever see what we have gone through, the NYAMAs. Capo Daniel, signing off.